Welcome to Inside Carbondale. This is the podcast that brings you the latest information about projects and events going on in Carbondale. I'm Amy Fox, the city's public relations officer, and I'm joined by Chris Wallace, the development services director for the city of Carbondale. And today we're talking about the growing bicycle community in Carbondale. Chris, this is something that's really evolved over the last several years. Why focus so much attention on biking?
Yeah, one of the things that we did several years ago was set up a public review process for our new comprehensive plan. That was back in 2010. And a lot of things that came out of that were issues relating to pedestrian mobility and bicycling. So as a result of that, we knew that there was a large public demand for increased pedestrian amenities. And that sort of snowballed into some efforts that we tried to implement. It really took shape, again, with the downtown master plan. We kept hearing the same thing over and over again. And out of that process, we were able to put together a bicycle master plan. That bicycle master plan really drilled down into the details of what we could do, what improvements we can make, and how that can make our community more accessible to both pedestrians and bicyclists.
And that bike master plan is a very long document, but if you had to narrow it down to maybe three things, what would those be?
It really talks about, increasing the amount of on-street bicycle amenities, areas where that could be easy improvements that wouldn't require a big change to our infrastructure, but could be accomplished simply through adding a bike lane, striping it. So they're low-cost, big impact type recommendations in that plan. There was a lot of information in there because of the public input process that really told us where are people going, where are they coming from. That helps you sort of map out your bicycle network.
Has the city implemented any major changes in the last 12 to 16 months?
Sure. After we adopted the bicycle master plan and before the fall semester started, the city put in over, I believe it was 40,000 linear feet of bicycle lanes, which really increased our network. Some of those areas where the street was wide enough, where it made a lot of sense, we went in and striped those areas, added bike symbols on the road. So we really increased our network. Over the course of 1 week, we made some huge improvements that really made an impact.
What's been the reaction from both residents and bicyclists in the community?
I think it's been positive. I've heard, people in the bicycling community obviously love it because it gives them a protected, or the perception of being protected by that bike lane and that striping. I've also heard from people who live along the bike routes that said they feel that it's slowed down traffic. So it's sort of an unintended consequence, but I think when you've got a narrower lane, people tend to slow down and pay more attention.
And from your research, bicycling, one of the major modes of transportation here in Carbondale?
Yeah, really, there was a study done by the Paul Simon Public Policy Institute that really showed that there is a large amount of students depend on bicycling, and not only students, but people who live here, who live close to their work, and they're able to take advantage of the bicycling.
Carbondale was named a bicycle-friendly community by the League of American Bicyclists back this fall. What does this mean?
Well, I think it shows that we have a commitment to being more bicycle-friendly. They just don't give this award out to anybody who applies. There's a very rigorous application process, and you have to show that you're dedicated to bicycling, that you're actually making improvements, that you're budgeting for it, and that you're sort of taking responsibility for the long-term maintenance of those facilities.
Do you think that this is a step in the right direction? It really makes the city feel that they are moving at the right speed, moving full force ahead?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it really validates some of the things that we've done. We've been saying this over and over again, and we've heard it through our public input that people wanted this, and we've taken the public's advice and actually implemented these things. So it's nice to be recognized for those efforts, to show that we're doing this, and now we have this designation. It's something we can advertise and really say we know we're being progressive and that we're making changes, but it's nice to be recognized by somebody else.
Fast forward about 6 months. The Civic Center and City Hall also named a bicycle-friendly business. What does that mean?
Well, again, I think it shows that the city has a commitment that the building where all of our employees work, where the public goes to pay bills or attend meetings, that we are bicycle-friendly there as well. So if you want to ride to the Civic Center, you know that you've got amenities that you can take advantage of. As an employee, it's really nice because we have bicycles that employees can use. We have shower facilities, so if you ride your bike to work, you can shower before you head into your job. There's a lot of advantages that the City Hall offers that I don't think a lot of people were aware of. And again, this sort of validates and gives us some exposure that we're actually making an effort.
Do you think this sets an example for other businesses in the community?
It does. We really wanted to set the example and show that the City Hall can be bicycle friendly. There are other businesses that can probably take advantage of this as well. And we've got a bicycle advisory committee. We have a person on staff who's dedicated to bicycling. So we really hope to reach out to some of those businesses who might be interested and assist them in becoming bicycle friendly.
Obviously, you've made a lot of progress in the last 12 to 16 months. What are some of the next steps the city is taking?
Yeah, we've got some big things on the horizon. I think if you've seen over the last few months, the downtown bicycle path is partially complete. We are going to be constructing phase 2 of that, which will run from Mill Street down past Grand Avenue. So that'll really provide a nice network from campus and a way to get downtown. There's another bike path that we were recently awarded a grant for on the northwest side of town, which opens up another major corridor for us. And then we're also looking at adding new bicycle racks downtown and other areas.
With the bicycle master plan, is there a target completion year, or is it kind of just stretched over a big span of time?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is dictated by the resources and the amount of work that's required. Again, it's easy to add a bike lane when all you have to do is stripe, but if you have to, say, widen the road to accommodate that bike lane, that takes a lot more planning and really stretches out a few more years.
Is there somewhere people can go to get more information about this bicycle master plan, and maybe they want to get involved in some of these meetings?
Sure. The bicycle master plan is available on the city's website, and then we do have somebody in our planning services division who's responsible for our bicycle planning. So if they're interested, they can contact myself, and I can put them in touch with the right people. We're always willing to have more people involved, a very diverse group of people on our committee, so it's nice to get feedback and understand exactly where everybody's coming from.
Why is it so important to get the whole community involved in this project, this process?
I think it's good to get everybody's point of view. We all have different needs and different ways that we're utilizing the bicycle amenities. It's not just students, it's not just people who are visiting City Hall, but it really comes down to whether you're doing it for work or for pleasure, taking your family out. We really want to hear all the different points of view and understand how we can make it work for everybody.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Chris?
No, we're just really excited. If you have needs or you have some feedback you want to give us, areas where you could see improvements, please let us know and we'll see what we can do to make that happen.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for joining us. We hope you all will join us next time for another episode of Inside Carbondale. Have a great day. If you have feedback or have ideas for future podcasts, feel free to email me at afox@explorecarbondale.com.